I'm Liam Knight.
My name is Toby Rudolf.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What are we doing?
We are stuck in the middle.
A Stuck in the Middle podcast. It's the shit.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
You're an idiot for not watching it. Thank you to another episode of Stuck in the Middle with my good friend Tobias, Eric Rudolf, some special guests, if you can see them all.
I knew it.
Ronaldo, Mulitalo, and Brailey, some of my favourite players and my not so favourite team. Boys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having come, boys. Really appreciate it. I'm already starting to sweat. You know what? Honestly, if anyone's listening to this and they're like a psychologist or something to help me stop sweating so much, please reach out. Please tell me how to stop doing it. But regardless, you guys are my friends and I'm still nervous about this.
That's a bit weird.
Just breathe, mate. It's going to be all right. Well, you're in your own home. We are off-site. We're taking this show on the road to Toby's new house, Toby's housewarming.
Taking it global.
Yeah, it's good to finally still be learning more about Toby, myself personally. He's got some plants that he's named. Would you like to tell the audience about your plants?
Yeah, we'll put this in the Instagram page later. I've got Penelope there on the right, Penelope the plant, and Billy the bamboo on the left.
Just why did you name the plants again? What was the reason?
Well, I haven't watered them in 4 weeks, so I thought I may as well name them and just
Show
try
some
and
love.
give them some love.
Yeah,
Apparently, the more you talk to them, the more they grow.
I think maybe watering them first, then naming them second might be a bit more beneficial.
Are you a botanist? You don't know these things. Let's just be honest right now.
Yeah.
Look, boys, thanks so much for coming on. We've sort of spent all day together training and done a hard slog. But I'll start with you, Blayke. We actually went on our first podcast together. Chad Townsend,
we did.
Talk of the Town. Yeah.
Talk of the Town. I said a few controversial things. I had to tell Chaddy maybe just take out of it. But it was more.
What was said? You feel free to share now.
It was just about Toby's routine and some
What is
superstitions he does with some family members after the game. And
what are we talking here?
No, what Blayke said was that he made a joke about how I have no dad.
Yeah.
We've said it on the podcast before. So it's all right.
I pretty much said.
Well, you do somewhere, but just no one knows where.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
This podcast is a safe space. We can talk about these things.
Yeah, it wasn't the joke that was bad. It was that the way Chad took it. It got real strange. And
really?
I don't think he knew I didn't have a dad at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like,
that's real sad. It got all real weird.
Mid-podcast.
Yeah.
And awkward tension.
Yeah.
it was.
But no dad.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Long story short, no dad. So we can say it on this podcast. It was a pretty funny joke. It was a bit of a zinger at the time. But
Yeah.
Try and save him for our podcast, please.
I do have a dad, which is...
Yeah.
I don't know if the people know.
That's good to know.
Hey, good for you. Jealous. Didn't get there for me, but you got one, so good for you.
That's all right.
Yeah. Ronnie, start with you next. I want to ask you something a bit more personal, a bit more down to earth, a bit more heartfelt. What did you think of me when I first came to play?
Everyone out there probably thinks I know I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Which I lived that life. But when you first rocked up, I hated you so much.
You did, eh?
When we first came in, everyone was pretty chill. Like, we had gals there. We had a pretty old crew there, like Priscat, Drew and that. So everyone was kind of reserved around those boys. And so the big fella rocks in, first day, and just didn't give a shit. Like, I'm Clive, I'm this, I'm that. We haven't even seen this dude play. He's in a fucking brace. And he's just layering up, and I was just like...
Just wearing the Toby Rudolf mask from day
the
one.
Toby Rudolf mask straight from day one, and we're just like, fuck. Let's just all get rid of him. Yeah. So we used to talk shit behind his back. Yeah, shit teammates, how good.
Yeah.
So we used to just all tell our story about how Toby was a shit dude that day. Like, Toby did this.
What did Toby do to you today that you didn't like?
Yeah, that's what we would do.
I still do that.
So but this time we tell him to his face. So he was always like that, and then we're just like, fuck, let's get rid of it. So we used to always, Skip was doing the rehab with you at the same time, so Skip used to come and tell us his stories about him, and it just made us hate him even more. Like, Skip hates him, we all hate him, like, kind of thing. Just dragged along like that.
So what happened? When did this all come around? When did you all start liking?
Still a work in progress.
Still a work in progress.
Ups and downs, ebbs and flows.
All the time. But I saw him, I was like, the first time, I kind of went and watched the Newtown game. I think they were versing...
Wentworthville.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
no. You're versing...
it was in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
The game we played at Campbelltown, did we come back? No, we actually won that game fairly.
Whoever it was. Against Royce Hannon, that was.
Mounties.
And so we came, and all the boys come down to watch the boys, and you had probably one of the best games I've seen in a cup game before out of a forward, and everyone was just on their knees Toby Rudolf. You're so good. What a great Toby Rudolf.
Yeah. Everyone started calling me Clive.
Is that when you came back from the knee that before the grand final?
Yeah.
That was when we were living together at Randwick.
Well, because you know what it's like in footy. Like you want someone to actually prove they're a good player. It's like everyone's just like, oh, if you're gonna act like it, and then just not do anything.
And start throwing chat from day one, and then
not back it up. So when he actually backed it up, we're like, oh fuck, all right,
Got to kind of like him now.
Let's give him a chance. See how he goes. But
lucky you're all right. You might have no friends.
At footy. Yeah. It's won me some relationships over the years. Good stuff. Love footy.
That's good, yeah. Oh,
boys, I want to ask about the week. William's got nothing. So
Where's the clipboards?
Hey?
Where's the clipboard?
Yeah, we started doing the clipboards, but we had chats with like people with bigger podcasts than us, which is I know hard to believe.
Yeah.
And they sort of said the clipboards weren't it. Like, just this is what we do, right? I'm going to tell everyone our formula.
Okay.
Listen in. So, weekly highlights, how we're all going, chronologically career, and then you sort of just branch off that and ask questions along the way. Obviously, Liam isn't going really well at the moment with that. But
I got a bit on my mind. I had lots to say that phone call through me. I wish I didn't take it. Yeah. How high up are we today? I'm joking.
I'll let you hear.
I'm only joking. Yeah, boys. You're obviously a Cronulla junior.
Yep.
Where'd you grow up? What's your?
I don't know where I grew up. I'm still confused now.
Queensland,
New Zealand.
You get lost too.
So yeah,
India.
I'm lost.
You got a dad. So you got a dad, but you don't know where you're from. That's
So my dad. My dad's in the picture. He's just not missing like Toby's dad.
no, they don't have to throw on his face, man.
I'm not gonna rub it in. We've all been doing it. So
He talked to you, so you know.
He probably is laughing.
Yeah.
If he could, yeah. But yeah, born in New Zealand, made my way to Brisbane, and then came. I always tell the story about how I met Blayke for the first time.
Okay, he's not happy about it.
Okay. So obviously I'm Queensland, and I used to wear this JT headgear. I used to think I was the maddest JT player.
On the
Put
wing?
that aside. On fullback, I played fullback.
okay.
Put that aside. You know when you rock up to these those school like events, so it's Queensland versus CHS, CCC, the big all schools. We did that, and Blayke used to be like the talk of the town kind of thing. When you rock up, there's always that one kid that everyone's like, oh, he got to
Walks
watch
with
out.
arrogance
Yeah,
too,
like arrogance. So he had this little
shoulders
shoulders. I tell him all the time, he walked in, he's like this. He used to roll up his shirt, no muscles, just roll up his shirt and walk around with a strut.
Blake Brailey just winked at me.
I used to hate it. I used to look at him and just go like, you'd admire him because like, he looks good. He's got it
good
all.
little sword.
But he had like the good quads as well. And he's just, really?
Really?
But the strut, it was just like he's walking around with his team behind him. I said, fuck, this dude's a wanker. And then I meet him. He's the quietest dude in the world. I'm like,
Did you like anyone in your team before you met him?
Fair. Not really.
Nah. I love the run.
Yeah, but you know what? No one really liked Ron at the start, but like, before I went across,
I didn't like him before I met him.
yeah, no, everyone's the same, right? You'd be used to that, but
Yeah.
Before I'd met him, I'd like heard stories and stuff, and heard like how he layers up, and then I saw him play a game, and I had never seen anything like it. For such a young kid at the time too, you were like 19 when I was
19.
Did he debut?
Debut that year,
That
year, and then, but it's funny. I don't think there's anyone in the game that's so polar opposite to like in the game. Biggest fuckwit you'll meet ever, but off the field, like the amount of work that you do and you don't tell anyone about it. He goes, helps homeless people just because he wants to, and one of those guys that just would do anything for anyone. He's given me a lift from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, even though you were in a state and a half. That sucked. I had no other way of getting there, and you just came to he drove back home as well, back to Ipswich, didn't you? On the way back.
I'd love to know how many lifts you've gotten in your lifetime, because I've given you about 20 myself.
Yeah, Blake's given a few back to ours when we were living in Maroubra.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You are a good bloke.
I got promised a hong hard. I don't know.
Didn't get it? $7 sandwich was worth it?
You know, actually,
like
funny story about this. So when you did that, right? So you dropped me home. I had a massive night. I don't think I'd slept and gone into review.
Yeah.
Sorry, John Morris, if you're listening. Got to review. Dropped off in an Uber. It was like, Blake, man, I need you. Once again, this would have been like the 5th or 6th time.
I'll get you hung hard.
We go home, and then we sort of go to get out of the car, and I just was being polite. Oh, do you want to come up for a bit? Because I made the trip out. And he goes, oh, yeah. And I went, wow. I shouldn't have asked that. So I went and watched the movie for
You never told me that part.
No, I didn't.
I'm glad you told me here.
Better late than never.
Ungrateful, yeah. It was a mad chat when you got upstairs. Just hoping to leave.
Mate, we watched the movie, and I'm just there just like... barely cutting open my eyes, just falling asleep on the nod. I think after half an hour I get the picture and not one word was said, I'm going to go home now. Yeah.
I get a text. Yeah, I see you soon, mate. It was good to see you.
I reckon he would have just done it because he would have felt bad, like, oh, he wants me upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a shit
fault.
teammate and just take off, so I might as well just sit around and act like I want to be here.
Are you one of those just like genuine good blokes that have to laugh?
Yeah. I don't like to say no. So I would just came up, just deal with it.
You didn't want him and he was dealing with it. That sucks.
You both didn't want to be here.
We should work on that. We're yes men. We need to be better at that.
Yeah, I know.
And you ask a lot. Yeah.
I do ask a lot. I do ask a lot. Blayke, I want to ask about how hard it was when, because you did sort of force your brother out of the club.
You guys still sweet?
We're good. No, we're good. We probably don't really talk about it much anymore, to be honest with you.
It'd be a sore topic still, but like, what was dinner like that night? Do you remember? So
you
you
living
signed the
together?
deal. Yeah, they were living at Mummy's house.
Yeah, we're living together.
Mummies?
Yeah, Mummy and Daddy.
Yeah.
So they were living at Mummy and Daddy's house, and the deal was like sort of signed, which sort of was apparent that Jaden was going to sort of play on. What was the situation at home when that happened?
Were you sitting there licking your lips again, shoulders back, your arm,
Eating dinner's going
just sleeves up, and you just like
it was
giving him a wink across the table. Hey, brother, can you just wash these dishes? I'm done.
No, it was it was an interesting time. It wasn't enjoyable.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it was definitely it was like he was definitely happy for me. But I still felt like it was a bit of a weird situation. I didn't really cope with it too well, and it probably didn't really hit me until the day he was packing up and leaving, and the removalists go, and I turned to my mum, and she's bawling her eyes out. I was like,
Oh, that's an ouchie one.
yeah,
That's my fault.
yeah, no, that really hit home. That was the part that probably hurt the most. Yeah.
Great question, Toby. Thanks.
Yeah.
I thought it was too.
It was nice when he got up at your 100th and like started saying something. Like he doesn't really say much in front of us, especially like that. And then when he did, I started to almost bawl out. I was like, this feels so slow.
Yeah.
That was good. It was nice.
I think we were talking about it after, like seeing like your old man and your brother, like these tough NRL players.
I can relate.
Sorry, like get upset. You're like, it's just it hits home, hits differently. Yeah,
For sure. Man, that was, I remember it being like you sort of saying at the time that you guys didn't speak for like a few days. Not like angrily, just what do you say sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, look, come to the other side. You guys are better for it now.
Yeah.
Relationship stronger.
If anything, I probably didn't really appreciate the time we spent together, eh?
Yeah.
Like I thought,
Take it for granted.
yeah, we probably played, 10, 11 games together, and I probably thought it was going to last 2-3 years, and
Doesn't happen like that.
yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
What about the presentation he did on him?
Yeah, that was another thing I regret.
What happened?
Naughty.
All right, do you want me to tell the story?
You take it from here.
Okay,
You take it from here.
so like you have the roll the dice where you park in the wrong place, or you turn up late, or you wear the wrong kit. You got a set of rules, and I think it was like a 4 or 5. You have to do a 5-minute presentation.
We still have it.
Yeah, still have it.
On what?
Whatever you
On
want.
any topic you want. And I rolled the dice, got the 5, got the presentation, and so did Ava Siamandafano. And he got up first. Did his.
Is that how you say his name?
I
See
think
you,
so.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's what I say. I'd have no idea.
Gotcha. He did his presentation on hair loss because he was thin and he was going pretty bad. And the few boys in the team that were going pretty thin too. And then I got up next. You had to wear a suit, full suit with it too. And
This is good rule.
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, I was 20 at the time, 21, and I got up and first slide was, why is Jaden Brailey still here? And then it continued with 7 or 8 pages of his mistakes, errors.
His stats.
Like,
that
a
he
whole-
used.
a whole
Sprayed your
montage
brother
of
I
it.
did,
5
I did a
minutes.
spreadsheet, and then the worst part was I ended with a presentation, a video of all his missed tackles,
Oh,
which
that's
my
gold.
younger brother Taj helped me with. And in the
Don't
background,
throw off, by the way.
Yeah. He was an accomplice too.
He was a younger brother.
He was an accomplice, and in the background was Akon. I try so hard. Yeah,
It just looks sad.
Yeah.
man.
it wasn't-
It got a massive laugh, but Jaden was filthy.
Yeah.
It's basically
As you would,
really
yeah.
hard.
It was tough. It
And then
wasn't
you
good.
took his spot. That's a tough
Yeah.
year, eh? That same year?
That was the
Same year.
Yeah.
All right, it was good to go. It's good to know you guys are still close.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of effort, eh? I actually commend that. Like, if you're going to do it,
Do it right.
Do it,
Yeah,
yeah.
He did
Did
it
they do
right.
it to you with all your errors?
No, Bomber did.
Bomber did, yeah. That was good. I enjoyed that.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
That was funny.
I can't remember why that happened.
Oh, you were Larry Knapp still again.
Was that why? Oh,
Yeah,
Clive. It was a Clive video.
Clive.
You'd always give
video,
it like
yeah.
the Clive, and then he goes, "Oh, look at our Clive," and then just gave this montage of him dropping all these balls at Cup last year or the year before that.
Yeah.
Just Bomber's a good man, eh?
He's a good lad. Oh, yeah,
We
got
got him now.
What do you think of him?
He's
You were
the king.
saying some shit off camera, but what were you saying now?
Yeah. Don't worry about that. But no, he's a great man. He loves talking shit about you. We have a good laugh, like good stuff. But just have a
He
laugh.
probably gave him more headaches than he did anything else.
Yeah,
so.
like just talk about how ridiculous some of the things you did and said. Like he just couldn't believe it, but like loved you. He does love you.
Yeah, no, mate, it was
He
great.
asks me all the time, "How's Toby going?" I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's always happy to
Good
see
sort too, eh? Good sort.
Great sort,
Yeah.
good
Good
rig.
rig, yeah.
Training every, did he train every day there?
Every
too?
day,
Every
every
day.
morning.
Every day, tan, mad sore,
Yeah.
ripped up.
Got
Far
the veins
out.
popping out
Yeah.
everywhere.
This is a glamour, all right?
Oh,
She's a good chick too, eh?
yeah.
He had this. So his background was like his family and
Oh,
that.
that's
Yeah, he's
fucked,
good.
dude.
And literally every time he plugged his computer in and he'd go up, I'd go, what? I'd say, like, oh, Mrs. Huh?
Yeah, or sort, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sort of.
What about like the little like Strider like trying to plug in the fucking his computer and it would always pop up and he'd get
Yeah.
angry at him like the little computer guy.
Yeah.
So he'd plug it in and he would just leave the thing up and he'd just turn around and go, "Oh, why you got this on? Like turn it off." Like the little just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm panicking."
Oh,
And,
no,
I'm
mate.
panicking trying to turn it off.
It must get it a bit because I said to him the other day. Obviously, no idea. You guys said it. He put a photo up with all the old Tigers boys, and I was like, "But who's that blonde at the back of the table? She's a glamour."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah," sort of fake laugh. It's just like, anyway, how you going, mate? Yeah, good. This is a good night. Yeah, good. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Liam, you and I are doing obviously trying to have a crack at stuff, doing an extracurricular activity, I guess you'd call it, doing a podcast.
Yep.
Ronaldo, you're doing something similar yourself. You got the gaming channel. Is that safe to say?
What do you say like that?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I know what it's called.
Nah, I just run a group of gamers.
You
Just
run them like a pimp.
Yeah, something like that. Nah. Yeah.
Work, boy.
I don't even. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to look like a boss. Sound like a boss. I'm just like, oh,
But you are.
cruising. But somewhat. So I just cruising around, lots of TikTok stream, Twitch stream, and just obviously income outside of the footy. So I enjoy it.
How's it work? How many minions you got working for you?
Oh, there's actually about 4 or 5 of us. We've got an admin chick that just looks after everything. She's unreal. We run like tournaments for community. And we give out cash really for free for people that sit at home and on their ass and play games and are really good at it. So
Really?
out of my own pocket, but I love doing that. And I say, give some kids hope. And if that's something they want to pursue, then fuck, so be it. Whether it's gaming or creating art, it's cool.
Yeah,
that's
Ronnie,
right.
look, you do a lot of this sort of stuff, and you sort of give back a whole lot. Like, where do you think that stems from? Like, where is it from your mum? Like, it's ingrained, or is it just your family situation
I
when
don't
you were
know.
younger?
Like, definitely my mom, old girl, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Like I enjoy seeing someone else's smile on their face, whether I'm hurting. Like you guys said, we're all yes men, right? Like we just whatever you ask us, all right, I'll find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes my hands will be tied behind my back, and like I'll just do it. Like whether I have my last $100, $200, and if someone asks for it and they genuinely needed it, I promise you, I'll be the first one to put my hand up and let it go. So I think we are kind of, to be honest, all like that as well. So I've like all my mates that I keep around, I feel like I want to keep them around if they're gonna do the same thing for me. Like you've done things for me, he's done things for me. Me and Liam met each other, but I can definitely tell that he would do something for me, knowing how close you are. So
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Well, I was going to say, 'cause on the other end of the spectrum, Blayke, why don't you give a fuck about anything?
So Blake,
Is that like going up in a Cheyenne title or whatever? Always had
yeah.
so like everyone else can just fend for himself.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
a
it's-
redneck, fuck everyone else.
yeah.
My old man works for the club. I got a contract for life.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what?
You don't need to suck up to anyone
Yeah, I'm
else.
sweet, yeah.
You don't need anything from anyone.
No,
Like, so you're not going to give
sweet.
anything to anyone.
No.
You know?
Well, I've got the smug nickname, so I've got to live up to it, I guess.
Yeah,
as
Vince
well,
gave
so-
the nickname Smugsy.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Look,
starting to
really?
stick.
Yeah.
Because you look down on
I know, it's
because you look
sick.
down on people like
Yeah, literally, yeah.
metaphorically,
It's got the
not,
cheeky little.
not literally because
Yeah.
you're pretty short, but like metaphorically, like
6'1". with the right shoes on. Yeah, with the right shoes
with
on.
high heels on.
No, but it's got that smug smile that just sort of like, nothing phases him. Do you sweat in games?
Yeah, that's
It's worse.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Man, we do whole pre-seasons like, and
It does look good, calm out there all the time.
Effortless.
Yeah. Nodding his head, yeah.
he's winked at me again.
Yeah, I did.
it's
No,
cool.
I enjoy getting in groups and getting like, say, you and Toby against Ronaldo, but I wouldn't be involved. But I'd take
really?
the credit, like I'd feed you
It's like
things.
a
and then,
vindictive.
Oh, you are. You're a little manipulator in the
yeah, a
background.
bit like the puppeteer. Like,
Playing
yeah,
chess.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That is pretty
Got to
hard.
mix it up.
We touched on a little bit about Ronaldo's life. What about you, mate? How did you start off? Were you like involved in the Cronulla riots, or were you just like, were you just like a bystander in popcorn? You know, is that part of your story?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I grew up in Menai. I don't really know if it's classified as the Shire or Bankstown. It's
That's Bankstown.
across the bridge. It's a bit
Humble
far
beginnings.
from. Yeah. And but yeah, just simple 3, little home. Constantly loved footy. Constantly trained. Old man pushed us pretty hard. Never really made many junior sides, and play as a younger sibling. Just looked up to your older brother, and whatever he did, I want to do myself. So that's pretty much how it started.
Cronulla Junior all the way through. Debuted at how old?
21.
What a fairy tale story.
Red carpet laid out for him, never worked out in his life.
That's nice. Good on you, man.
Thank
Mate, you weren't far off either.
I worked.
Oh, you
I had a job.
You had a job for like what, 6 months? No, you like
I
a few shifts.
had a couple of random jobs, because I was getting in a bit of trouble. The club sort of gave me a job working in sponsorships. I dead set played games on my phone, got paid, and like got tickets sorted. And then I was like a removalist, and I liked that in my last year of 20s.
How long?
You liked removaling?
I wasn't like a genuine removalist,
Okay.
like pianos and fridges and shit.
Yeah,
It was like I
yeah.
worked for a company when people are selling or renting their house out. They like want to get styled and they hire furniture, and we go in, we just drop it off, and there's like interior designers that tell us where to go and that
Okay.
kind of stuff. So a bit lighter,
Yeah.
but it was alright. I didn't mind the hard work.
How long did you do it for?
About 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Laboured along the lines there too.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got suspended for drink driving,
Oh, yeah.
I had a labouring job for a month, and I couldn't go to training.
Yeah, okay.
Now you worked at Woolworths driving trucks, and you act like you're this working class hero.
Wow, dude. So I
truck driver.
was in the workforce since the age of 13. So
I started work when I was 12, mate.
moving on.
He lost. Yeah.
Boys, Cronulla Sharks, our team. We're sort of getting that reputation for not being able to put the big clubs away, and we bully little clubs, that sort of stuff. Do you guys buy into that? What are the thoughts on this? Because something annoys me, to be honest. But what do you guys think?
Just beat the bigger teams.
No, but we have. It's a thing.
Who?
Para and the Roosters, and they're like, oh, they're not top 8 teams. Yeah, they're not because we fucking flogged them. That's why they're not. Like
The Roosters have won about 5 games all year.
Yeah, but that was
They're a good club.
Yeah, but like this was earlier on when they were in the top 8. Parramatta have now come into the top 8.
I think you're a great team.
I
I'm just
asked
saying,
Blayke
if
and
you want to
Ronnie.
be, if you
I
don't
asked
want to
Blayke
be
and
known,
Ronnie. I asked Blayke and Ronnie.
I just want to. If you don't want to be known as that team, just beat the good team.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do over the next 4
As
weeks.
easy as that it sounds like.
Yeah, well, you guys beat the Bulldogs last week. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh yeah, we had about 5 million on the sideline. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Take your 7 best players out to UB. You wouldn't beat a cup team.
We did that in 2021. We had
That
literally...
was 2 years ago, mate. Anyway, live in the future. Live in the present. Sorry.
Well, dude. Brave. Boys.
In 2016, I bought a shirt. Do you want to know about that too? I don't care what happened 10 years ago, mate.
You asked the question and I Boys, Cronulla Sharks, how we doing this year? Give me a rundown. Come on, tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
I think we're doing well.
I think we're well too.
Obviously, got a tough period coming up. Hopefully, we can prove people a bit wrong there. And
Who you got?
we got Penrith. We got
Warriors.
someone at
Warriors,
Perth.
Manly.
Oh, yeah, versus some Derricks and
I
Perth.
probably won't play that game. Probably didn't cut that one.
Yeah,
Good luck though.
We got Manly. We got Canberra, who I've never beaten.
Neither,
So we
never
got
been one. Neither.
They always
I
beat
know.
us too. Eh?
Never been-
Yeah, that's the one team that no one, like one of us that are younger,
Yeah,
we're sort of middle-aged now, but
Yeah.
none of us have beaten them since we started playing.
Really?
Yeah, since 2018 was the last time they won, I think. The last time we won, against them. So
Never beaten them.
never beaten them. So there's a bit of a hate there towards them, if I'm being fully honest. Like, not hate, but just fucking...
They're annoying, those teams. That was
Yeah.
Melbourne for me. I reckon I lost 10 times, and we finally won a Magic round. Well, I hope you guys get over the line,
you.
beat a top 8 team, and,
It
then we
feels
can,
so good, eh?
It will
feels
be,
so good
yeah.
to be Canberra.
and the media can pick another punchline to try and bring you down. The tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, they don't mind a punchline, do they?
It
wonder
doesn't
if-
matter what you do though. Like
Well,
every
they gotta
week's
sell
hard,
papers.
right?
They gotta sell
Every- but,
papers.
yeah, every week's hard. Like you play anyone, it's fucking.
Yeah.
We played the Tigers. Everyone's like, oh no, the disrespect to both teams, and I was like, fuck. We went out there and we felt it. Like we felt. If we didn't rock up, fuck me, we're getting flogged that day. I reckon easily.
They
And
come to play me.
They
Yeah.
fuck. That was.
They're
I
running
woke up the
hard.
next day. I said, "Fuck, I'm sore."
They
Like,
go
that was
alright. They just have
They
these
go
couple
hard, man.
games where they have like a couple lapses, but
And
like
just- but, like-
when they're on, like they're a good team.
And it doesn't matter who you play in the NRL. Like, it's the fucking NRL.
You're
Like,
still sore the next day.
Exactly. And when we after that game, I said, "Fuck me, dead." Like that felt like I got hit by a bus. They went hard, man, for
They
fucking
did.
80.
They traded.
Yeah.
Yeah, the peanuts behind the scenes, having their opinions. I wonder what Paul Ken thinks about the whole thing.
You love bringing him up.
I miss him, mate. I miss his opinions in the public eye. Yeah. I wonder how he's doing. Anyway.
It's so easy to sit in wherever you are, in the comfort of your couch, in the comfort of your office, and talk about it, right? Because
write your column.
Oh, exactly. You're not the one fucking. It's the man in the arena, right? We talk about it all the time. It's like, fuck, I'm the one that's got to strap my boots up that day and go after it and
do your best.
Do my best.
Put yourself out there.
So you think I like being fucking blown? Like my ass is hanging out of me. They're like, oh no, it's too easy. It's an easy game. If it was like that, then fuck me dead. Everyone would do it. You know, you always say, oh, if it's easy, then everyone will fucking do it.
And even if the worst team in in the best comp, you know, there's still NRL team, NRL players, and like the hardest competition in our sport in the world.
Well, Tigers flogged fucking
the Cowboys.
The Cowboys
3 weeks ago.
Like not so long ago, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, and then it turns around the other way, and then everyone's like, oh, Cowboys are back on the, you know what I mean? So it's like
that's the media. I think most countries, but I think in Australia it's the worst. It has to be the worst media, like for all sports. Tall poppy syndrome.
I want to say it's a massive call because you have not researced any other country.
Nah, I'm not.
You don't know.
I can feel how bad it is here.
I feel like the States would be pretty.
Surely,
like the States is Oregon. Even then you look at like football, like soccer. And like those over there,
they're
man,
ruthless.
Like, they're ruthless. Like their fans turn hard, and
so if you're getting paid millions and billions,
you should cop it. You deserve it.
Same thing on a different scale, man.
Hey boys, you could choose. It's just coming to my head randomly. I don't know why. You could choose one sport to be a professional one other than rugby league. What sport are you choosing?
Surfing.
That's a good one.
Surfing. Travel to the best locations.
Yeah. Catch waves all day.
Live in the green room. Stress free, right?
Yeah. Do you know what the green room is?
Nah.
Cool.
Don't know what that is.
I'll explain it to you, actually. I don't want you to leave here uneducated. The green room, Dan, would you give us the... Dan, you're fired from that.
That was like a Hawaiian dance.
Barrel. The barrel.
Oh, the
because
barrel.
the barrel's green.
Barrel.
Green room.
Is that you, bro?
I was going to pick surfing as well.
No, you can't.
Now that I've taken it,
Yeah.
be your own man, mate.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Daddy's not here to tell you what to do now.
The one club that you can see your dad working at. The one other sport you can see daddy being a part of.
NFL?
What would you
In his body?
Well,
Quarterback?
Do I have to take this body?
Quarterback.
No, you know what? He can be a surfer, so you're right.
Yeah,
quarterback
there
sweet.
you go.
Sorry.
Don't put rules on it. Just follow your dreams. Follow your dreams.
I'm being
though.
logical
Pretty cool.
here. Anyway.
Yeah.
basketball player?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be mad.
Easily.
That'd be super sick. I was going to choose that, but because based on the rules that everyone else has said, I would choose something differently. Golf.
Yeah.
Body, sweet
Oh,
as.
sweet.
Forever.
Not a taxi. The Gary Jack would be fucked, but everything else would be
Play
sweet.
forever
Do I
though.
put my hand up? Is it like a buzzer?
Yeah,
You
buzzer.
can't change mine.
Go.
Formula One driver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mate, that's a pretty crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
eh?
Go to Monaco.
Yeah.
Seen those videos?
Yeah, that's crazy. Their parties would be crazy, I
Yeah.
reckon.
I don't respect him, eh?
Why not?
I don't respect
Hey,
because
have you
If you're in
seen
the
it?
car, then the machine does the work. Yeah.
But
They're going like 300 k's,
Exactly.
like 200
One
k's around
back,
corners.
that's like half a second, bro. You fucking slip up, you're fucked. You're
It's-
almost dead.
the hand-eye coordination and the skill they have to have
yeah.
is crazy.
you know what? Get in the middle of the field and have a fucking crack.
Get in the car and drive 300 k's. You're dead.
Give me a year.
You
and I'll do
fail
it.
on a field? Like, yeah, you reckon? You can barely drive your own car. You look Kia, mate.
Have you watched the doco on it on Netflix?
Yeah, I didn't like
Yeah.
it.
And you didn't like it?
They're all just such stuck up gronks. I found. Yeah.
They do seem like they just breathe.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
Breathe their
I
own
can't
farts
stand
in.
Max Verstappen though. I can't.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Him.
He just seemed like the most like superior, coolest guy. Like I'm the maddest guy ever because I can drive a car fast. What is
You don't even know him. Why are you?
Yeah,
judging
I
him
feel
like this?
bad now. I don't want people to judge me, but I'm judging someone else. Exactly what we're doing. I'm fucking doing what I'm saying don't do, so don't listen to me.
Well, look, people can
Do
tune
as
into
I
this
say, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
can tune into this podcast and say whatever they want about me.
They'll probably hate us.
okay.
No, I'm
That's right.
okay.
That's
What other
right.
people's opinions of me are none of my business.
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
So you're gonna stick with Formula One even though you turn into a fuckwit? Well, you're already kind of
Yeah,
you don't help
that's-
anyone.
yeah.
That suits
there
him,
you
man.
go.
That's a good sport. There you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being a pro tennis player. Like honestly, like on the tour.
could have been.
No, shut up.
You could have been. You had every chance. You
Yeah.
played the game for 2 years. You
reckon
played
you-
the game for 2 years and you quit and you were winning tournaments.
I reckon you brought that topic up just for us to
Nah.
revisit that.
Not
I
one
reckon
bit.
too,
Not
eh?
one bit.
Oh,
Like I just,
I've been
it'd be
to
like
process
with
one.
Wimbledon's on. Like I just want to. It'd be mad to play and like just travel around the travel part, like surfing, travel, location, tennis, travel, everything.
You know, it'd be sick too, cricket. Because if you play in cricket, there's like a West Indies
Anyway,
guy.
boys, how you guys been on today? Anyway, you been good?
Roll.
You had a good day.
Eating my emotions. Go on, ask questions.
Do you want a Tim Tam, bro?
Yes, I do, actually.
There you go, have a Tim Tam.
Is this a sponsorship?
No, there's not actually.
But Arnott, if you want to come on board,
Yeah.
we have a lot of sponsors. We can try and fit you in there somewhere.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on board.
Assorted creams would be good.
Maybe
Are they Arnott's?
They are Arnott's.
I got a question.
Oh, yeah?
Where did the name Stuck in the Middle come from? Because I feel like it's with off-field extracurricular activities, guys.
It's
Exactly.
multifaceted, to be honest. Like,
Okay.
we're stuck in the middle. Unfortunately, like the
field.
lesser skilled in the field on footy.
Okay.
But then in life, we're like stuck in we're all stuck in the middle of life. You know what's happening right now, where we're going. So it's just a double.
Hey, right.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get this going? Because
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm up number one.
straight away.
It's so good.
Did you guys just get into it straight away, or was it kind of like?
No, it took years.
We talked about it for years, and then when I actually got my life together and got out of rehab, I was like, I'm just going to start doing things I really want to do. Always wanted to do. I was really procrastinated. Big thing for me. I was like, you know what? We're gonna push things forward and actually have a crack. And Toby's like, yeah, sweet. And then I just like kept going, like putting things in place. And then we started. And he came up with a name. And then every day he's like, no, we're not gonna do it. And then when we started, he's like, I don't want to do it. And then now we're on board. Took a while to get you around. Every day, like I don't want to do this. Like it's nerve-wracking, like sitting here talking to people, real chats. It's a lot of fun though. So I'm glad we did.
Well, I want to know what we're thinking about this season. How we're gonna go? What's going to happen? Like we want to win a comp. I reckon this year we're actually going to win the comp. I'm going to say it right now. Like everyone always says, "Oh, are you going to go?" I'm sure the Tigers are saying, like, "Oh, mathematically we can still do it." But once you start talking
Do you reckon the
mathematics,
Tigers sitting at the start of the year and their goal is to win the comp?
yeah.
Do you reckon?
You know what? Wade
Because everyone's got to
told
say
me?
it. Everyone's got to
I
say
love
it.
this from Wade. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Wade said this, like, so pre-season, now there's 17 teams going at it, and like everyone's think they're killing it. One of those teams that said they're going to win the comp is going to get the wooden spoon.
Yeah, but like, do you reckon those teams have obviously got to chase something? You're like, do you reckon all the
I
teams?
don't think they're going in saying, "Oh, let's make the top 8."
I think
I
that
think-
has to be some of their goals though. Like realistically, like you're not delusional. Like you know you might not
Yeah.
have the team. Like I don't think every team is sitting there going, "We're going to win the comp this year, boys. That's what we're aiming towards."
Well, I reckon they say it, but they don't say it with conviction. Like,
Yeah.
'Cause
you know,
everyone
when,
says
like,
it like, "Oh yeah, let's do it. We want to do this," and it's like the guys on the piss Monday, like
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, like
I think he worked
actions
out.
not really
Macca.
like actions doesn't really like follow
Yeah.
their words and stuff. Probably you for a while. You want to win the comp, but you know,
I like going mad too.
yeah.
Fuck, get off the case. Fuck, when is something about me? Hey, can we actually like discuss that phone call just then, or is that not sweet?
No, that was sweet. That was sweet.
So what's been going on? Talk to us. Talk to the viewers. The viewers want to know. They
No,
love you.
I'm trying to look for a contract next year.
Yeah.
I'm off contract. Won't be at South next year. There's not much space in the cap. We've got a lot of young guys coming through, so the club's obviously
There was an old guy from Canberra coming through.
that guy. Yeah, he's obviously a weapon. So no space for me in the cap next year. So I'm looking for a club, looking for a home.
How was that chat?
yeah, I was gonna say that's. Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic, man. I've obviously had a long-term deal, sort of sitting on that contract for a while, and obviously haven't had the most ideal couple of years with injuries and stuff. So I never thought I'd be here right now, like with no club, 8 weeks, 7 weeks to go in the season. It's pretty daunting. But in saying that, like, what are we going to do? I got to keep fronting up, got to come to training, got to stay in a good headspace and bring energy, not suck life out of my teammates and be positive and try and do my best. So that was on the phone to Warrington CEO,
Okay.
just having a chat about possibilities over there. So just exploring all avenues. Could be in England.
Heaps of paper bags over there, or what?
I don't know. I don't like the money's not like as good as everyone sort of talks up in Super League, unless you're marquee.
Yeah.
Do you like Cronulla?
I love Cronulla, mate. I talk to call your dad. Call Papa.
Papa, could you leave a contract, Papa?
Yeah, it's a weird place to be, mate. Like, obviously, I feel like I personally feel like I've got a lot more to give. I've had a shit run. I've had no preseason. I'm doing my best this year. It hasn't been the season I wanted, but I'm still showing up, mate. I feel like I've got a lot left to give. So it's a weird place to be in.
Well, Liam, I just want to say, on behalf of no one but me, actually, just on my behalf,
Yeah, lovely.
you're 9 months sober tomorrow, and mate,
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
I sort of said to you when we first started. I think we first started you with 3 months, maybe. Or,
Yeah, about that for
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Mate, I think you're doing everything you can to put yourself in the best position to get there. So,
Yeah.
mate, knowing you always land on top. You've had no car for 9 months, and you drove here.
No car, mate. 18 months.
18 months, no car.
It's the best thing ever. Like I'm a gypsy.
Why?
Well,
Why
like
no-
it's a pretty funny story. Like I don't know what it is. Like you know how you always gets lifts.
Yep.
I just land on my feet with a car. I had a sponsor car. Had to give that back January last year. I was like, I'm going to buy a car. Obviously, need a car. It's a pretty important thing in life. Go to my manager. Like Yeah, I just throw it out there. Is there a chance of getting another sponsor go? He goes, yeah, mate, I'll sort it. You know, they do it. Like, yeah, mate, we got it.
yeah.
So certain.
Yeah.
Dribbler. Far out. If I had a dime for every time he said he's going to get something sorted, I'd be so rich. Anyway, he's like, yeah, no worries. A couple months in, I'm going, mate, it's getting a bit much. Like, I'll get one. And he's like, no, mate, I'll sort one. I think around that time, I was living with Jai, so I was never without. We're going to train together, that kind of stuff. I'd buy, he's the most lazy man in the world, never leaves the house. I just drive and like come home and train the next day, that kind of stuff. And then he lost his license, so I just, he couldn't drive the car, so it was mine. Yeah. The best thing that happened to me, worst thing to him. I was unlucky. Yeah. And then like I had a missus that worked from home, so like she goes, whenever you need to take my car, so I did. And that lasted, 6 months, and then that ended abruptly, and I had to get that car back, and then I was in rehab for a month, didn't need a car then. I was driving around the bang bus with the boys.
It was good stage. You got the scooter finally. You've switched into gear.
And then I got my scooter because I needed it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll get my scooter back.
You kept going, I don't have a car, I don't have a car. Like, you have a fucking scooter at home. You haven't ridden for 9 months.
I left that scooter in my old apartment block for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I had to get the battery sorted. I had to like start putting things in place. Being an adult again finally after rehab. Yeah. And then I think I was still driving Jai's car. I can't remember who. I could borrow your car for a couple months.
Oh yeah, Josh's car.
Start of the year, so you had your brother's car, I had your car. I might have drove Josh's car for a little bit. Yeah. I'm just a cat, brother.
Yeah.
I'm falling to my side. I need a car back on my feet. It's getting a bit windy. No, where's the car? And then I had a few friends that like went away, and one like a girl I was like talking to lost her license, drove her car for a month, and then another good friend of mine, she went overseas. We were hanging out, and she lost the license, and she's like, "Do you want to drive my car?" And I was like, "As long as there's no strings attached, like happily." Like I was like, right. As long as like this doesn't mean this, like I'm emotionally unavailable.
Wink.
Yeah. And so like bought her car. I got back, and then this other girl I was talking to, like good friends with still, like she went overseas, had her car, just got that back to her. Now Toby's brother's lost his license.
Now
you can drive my car. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Just back on my feet, bro.
Very nice.
But I got to wait 2 weeks for that car to be ready.
It's a nice car. Well, no, you know what? Actually, you can drive my car. I'll drive that car.
Nah.
Yeah,
you don't need it, bro. You just drive the train.
The Kia. Reliable old Kia.
Tommy Hazelton today didn't look comfortable at all.
Yeah, I was 6'7" front row, was in the back seat of the
Is he
Kia.
that big?
Yeah.
Is that a big bald thing?
Yeah.
But he's going well,
The new cult
Yeah, he's
hero.
going well. He's your filthy, because you were the cult hero status.
I shaved my hair, got injured, and now I'm a gronk. Yeah.
You're just not there anymore, mate.
I'm just not it.
I don't want to hear excuses.
No,
have another Tim Tam.
Keen. Dan, how are we going for time, by the way? Where are you?
We're about 45 minutes.
All right, sweet as. Ronaldo, I wanted to ask you the question there, because everyone asks you about the whole Queensland thing, but man, like, because you're a Queenslander, at the time, I was not happy, but I was like, it was a weird situation for me, because usually I'm always, anything happens to Queensland, I'm like, fuck yes, Queensland's a grong, I hate them, blah, blah, blah. Because you're my friend, I was like, fuck, that actually sucks so much. So,
What happened?
well, he got picked for Queensland, and then it's a wild
on the game day.
On game day. On game day.
I'll tell the story. I haven't told the story, so I'll tell you the story. So like we had a captain's run. Went in, and then like Reece Walsh done his hemi, so then they were like, "Oh, sweet, running you in." So I was like, "Oh, fuck, happy days." Teared up a bit. Bang, got through captain's run, and then I come home, and we're all just cruising around, and then I get this like, I don't know why I was on Twitter, but I was on Twitter, and I seen this thing about like, someone just said, "Oh, why is Ronaldo playing? He's not even eligible like for Queensland." So I was just like, brushed over. I said, "Fuck, I've filled out everything I've done. I've done everything. Kept it honest. No, that's not my problem anymore." So I just brushed past it. And so like, I seen everyone just walking around while I was getting a massage, and they're like, "Oh," on phone calls and shit. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" So then I go out, and they're like, "Oh, what's when did you come?" Blah blah blah. I told them everything. I said, "This is my paperwork. You've got it all from." They had all of my paperwork from when I started, and where I signed up, my NRL contracts, blah blah blah. So I said, "Sweet." I went to sleep. Obviously, you're gonna play your fucking debut in your Origin, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed, get my sleep, turn my phone off." I woke up at like, it must have been like 7:30 or something on game day. So the first thing I thought was, I want to call my mum just to give her how I'm going, blah blah blah. Call my mum. She said, "Oh, yeah, how you going?" I'm saying, "I'm good." They're like, "Oh, all the fans excited. We've got these signs, blah blah blah. They're coming." So I said, "Sweet." And then I get this call from like the managers of Queensland. They're like, oh, like you come up to this room, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, sweet. Give me a sec. I'm just going to get dressed. Got dressed, went up to this, like, caught the elevator to this little private room. It was fucking, and Paul Green was there. And Paul Green and the managers and that, and they were like, oh, we need your passport, which I didn't have. Like, it was the old passport. I renewed it when I got here. We need your passport, all your visas in 5 minutes. Like, it was basically you got 5 minutes to prove when you got here, the day you got here, your forms and that. And I was like, you guys should have it all. Like, I played 18s, 16s, and 20s for you. Like, you should have it. And so they were like, we need 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. You need to do it in 5 minutes. And obviously, I couldn't grab everything I could in 5 minutes. So then I was like, fuck, what do you want me to do? And they're like, oh, the NRL said if you play the game and you guys win and then we prove you're not eligible, then we're going to... That game becomes null and void, like New South Wales won it.
Wish you played.
And so they said, oh, no, so I said to them, they were like, what do you want to do, Ron? Like, do you back yourself? And I said, I don't want to put the boys in that position it was like a game-deciding game in Brizzy. So I'm not doing that. So I just pulled the pin. I was like, fuck, it broke me though. Like, I'm not...
You always identified as a Queenslander your whole life, right?
Well, basically, from the time I went into my first Queensland camp, because I didn't know I was allowed in Queensland, I was like, oh, am I allowed to be here? But I signed all my forms properly, and they're the ones that invited me, so I was like thinking, fuck, you leave it to the higher powers, right? They're like, all right, I'm sweet, I must be eligible then. So
What weren't you eligible for? Like, what was it that made you ineligible?
So they said I came here, because I spent my 13th birthday back in New Zealand. It became null and void, but I was living in Australia, so I had come to Australia first before I was 13.
Oh, bullshit.
Because you went back there for your
because
birthday.
I went there for
Just
my
for your
birthday.
birthday?
Yeah, so I said that. I was like, oh, I went back for my birthday with my
For like
brother.
a couple of days?
Because my brother lived there and everything. And so I went there for like a couple of weeks to sort out like whatever I had to. Come back, and it was just like, nah, like that's... To them, that's not enough. And I was just like, well, I played 16s, 18s, 20s, blah, blah, blah.
That's
So,
nuts, eh?
but yeah, it was just... Fuck. And that was a game day. Like, all my family, I'd got like 30 tickets or whatever it was.
How were you feeling when you heard that news?
Fuck, when I did it myself, it fucking broke me. Like, I didn't want to talk to anyone. Just lost trust in anyone. Like, everyone, like, my mum was the only one, my partner. I just called them. I was just like, oh, just couldn't stop crying. I just sat there with my hands in my fucking head. I'm like, oh, what do you want me to do? And then I remember I had this call with, I don't even know if I'm going to say this, but I had this call with Andrew Abdo. And I said, like, gave him the spill, what I did. And I was just like, oh, you know, I've done everything I could for this, for the game, to promote it in ways that are better than anything else and that. And so blah, blah, blah. And then they had like this little meeting about the AR commission, blah, blah, blah. And then he come back, he calls me and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, but deemed you ineligible. So fuck, I blew up at him though. I was like...
Did ya?
I probably shouldn't have, but I just lost all my shit. So
Yeah, well, you're emotional.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't imagine the wave of emotion.
Well,
like,
it's easy for them
so
to sit. You know,
charged.
what I mean? It's easy for them to sit there and go, yeah, no, because
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like,
line I, G,
yeah, I
whatever
was,
it is,
I was like, come on now, like, and it was weird because he tried to show me. They tried to show me his papers of, you should have known from here, but I was like, what do you mean? I came in the 20s when this was introduced, and it says if you've played 16s or 18s, you're automatically eligible. So I was
Your birthday, you're living here, your birthday back
I
home.
was
It makes no sense.
So I was so confused. I just said, look, fuck, I probably can't say what I was saying to the boss of the game. I was just ripping in.
You told me to get fucked?
I basically did. I just ripped in. I just said, fuck, I've done so much for this game. I fucking go out, do everything for the community, blah, blah, blah. I give my heart to it, and this is how you treat me. Like, it's easy for you to sit there and just go, yeah, this. Like, when I'm the one on the field that really your whole life, like half my life was dedicated to doing it, right? And so then I felt like I had like fucking identity issues. I'm like, oh, where the fuck do I sit now? Like, who am I as a man? Who am I as a player? Who do I represent? And then I obviously played for USA, represented my mum in that. But it's so funny. Everyone's like, oh, fuck, you're this, you don't know what you are. And like, me and the boys would giggle about it. Like, that's all right?
Yeah,
But
but
I don't
people
respect
don't
the
know,
cunt. Yeah,
try and put their, their 2 cents
exactly.
into a
I don't respect the cunt
conversation.
that sits there and goes, oh, look at this fucker. He doesn't know what he is. I'm like, oh, fuck you. I bet your kid's Samoan, Tongan, as well as something else. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm
everyone's-
pretty sure you'd be proud if your kid did all three if they could, right?
Yeah.
So I sit there, I laugh. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's it's one of those things. Like, my family see it, and me as a man, I'm like, fuck me. I thought I was this, right? You're not. So you got to go. I got to find something else. I'm not just gonna sit there and go, oh, fuck, it's all end over. Like, and then New Zealand, and I was like, oh,
So
beautiful.
So you landed there. You represented New Zealand?
Yep, I
You
went
did,
to World
eh?
Cup last year. So
Yeah.
I was like, and like Madge was in our hotel during that COVID period. I just kept it honest with him. So everyone like always says, oh, fuck, you didn't choose Kiwis. Well, I wanted to choose Kiwis when I was 16. I didn't get picked. So I was like, oh, fucking in Queensland go, oh, we'll take you. So I said, oh, fuck, I'm going to go that way then. Like 16, they never
They
never chose me for any of the junior things. So I said, sweet, like, it's all good. Queensland said, oh, we'll give you the chance. They gave me my shot. Fucking, I was like, oh, sweet, I identify that. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to say, nah, fuck off, Queensland, I'm not going to do it. Like, Kiwis never gave me any 20s, any 16s, 18s, or nothing. Like, they just never gave that to me. But I was always expecting it, right?
Yeah.
So people forget that, but I'm like, oh, like, I didn't just fucking... I wasn't born and said, oh, I'm going to play for Queensland. I was just like...
It's one of those things that got put in your way.
Exactly, I got put in my way and I said, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I live in Brisbane. I always went for the Bronx. Came to Cronulla. I'm like, fuck. Now my heart's here. Like, I just can't see myself anywhere else.
Wherever you are,
you get so into it, right? And I'm one of those guys that just put everything into anything. Like, whatever I'm in, I'm fucking 100% in, and that's it. Like, so found that a bit disappointing. Was like...
Maybe a tough moment, man.
Yes, I told Madge, I was like, fuck, Madge, you didn't pick me when I was like young, so I fucking...
That's where
went the way, went the way where fucking everyone was keen on. So, but yeah, enough of the serious talk.
So
That was mad.
thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah, appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Fucking mad.
I don't talk like every time I'm on podcasts and then they're like trying to bring it up. I'm like, I just give them this short, sweet, like just like, it is what it is. Like,
Thanks for opening
I
up,
gotta,
bro.
but fuck, it's like, bro, you're sitting there. It's like,
I don't think there's a single kid that wouldn't make a team and then the Queensland come knocking on New South Wales, whatever way it is. There's not a single kid.
No thanks.
I'm gonna
Exactly
hold
my
out.
point.
Like, there's not one person
in the
But
game.
then you get there, they're like, oh, you probably should have done this.
Oh, your birthday was in New Zealand, so you can't play.
Yeah,
What
shut
that's
up,
a joke.
Peanut.
Yeah.
Honestly, on your note though, I was telling Cookie, I hope you get picked instead of him.
You could have helped me out training or
Mate,
something.
honestly, game one, Cookie didn't get picked, and I was like, I'm like, Cookie's one of my closest friends, so like whoever was out there, like take this as as a joke. We have a lot of love, but we came into training, and he was a bit upset. Obviously, he thought he should have got picked. I thought he should have got picked game one. He was last year, all that kind of stuff, and then he was pretty upset. And our form of relationship was like, instead of actually being serious, we give each other shit. Like, so I was like, mate, just wake up to yourself. I didn't pick the team. Don't be angry at me. Like, be angry at Freddie. You're not angry at me, mate. Like, stop chopping your lid all day at training. And then I messaged him the same thing for a couple of days. Game two rolled around. I hope they picked Blayke Brailey. And then he got the call up. I was like, fuck. Mate, you don't deserve it. I think Blayke should have got picked or something.
He deserved to be picked first game, man. Like,
Yeah,
I saw how
first
you
game.
boys were flying. I said, fuck, he
Mate,
was
look-
right in the middle of all of that. I said, man, he's going to be hard to not pick.
There's a couple, like Campbell Graham too, I reckon game one, like Keon maybe. Like, it was just a couple.
He's so fucking strong, man. Campbell Graham.
Campbell Graham is the strongest human being of all time.
Mad defender.
Mad defender.
Defender.
We could talk about New South Wales selections all we wanted to be quite honest.
Yeah, Toby's worried about ruining his chances of getting picked one day, so he doesn't want to put anyone down that's in the selection panel.
What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, you're Kiwi now.
I'm the key. Fuck up. You saw how I carried on with Fitzy the other day. I was fucking...
Yeah, you were into him. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, fuck. I just...
Yeah, look.
New South Wales just don't get it.
They don't get it. I hate that so much.
Like, Queensland get it. We didn't even know what it is to get. That's what's going. I feel like that's like the best way I can describe it without maybe fucking my chances up any more of what I already have.
It's so good to watch, though.
The it is built up to be this thing that doesn't exist, except if you're a Queensland, you understand it. Like, what is it?
Well, we don't know. Should we ask? Well, we can't ask him. We could have.
We could have if they didn't change his path.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you didn't have your birthday in New Zealand when you were 13. Probably should have thought ahead.
Yeah. Your fault.
Kind of your fault.
Kind of my fault.
Oh, well, look. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
What about you, Blayke? How did you feel when you started the Cronulla riots, mate?
Who were you hating on? Who were you hating? Was it Billy McGool?
How old were you when all that was going on?
I couldn't tell you.
It was 2005. I was 8. You were
10.
7.
Yeah,
No,
wow.
you were 5 or 4.
How old are you?
99.
24.
99, you're
Oh,
born?
was it that long ago?
98.
98.
Oh, wait, no. So, yeah, you'd have been 6. I was 8. There you go, fun facts.
Oh, was it that long ago? No, I didn't think it was that long
I
ago.
remember going to school the next day because it came through Maroubra. Have you seen the Pursuit Advocate thing yet? Shout out to Pursuit Advocate. And there was a path of destruction. Literally, I was going up this one road. Every single car, couple houses, windows gone, cars beaten up. Yeah, man, it was nuts. It was actually fucking nuts. I saw a doco on it the other day, and this house was in it.
Really?
I was like, I live there.
All on this.
Here's my
yeah.
question, right? So all those people that were a part of that,
What are they doing?
are they? Yeah, what are they doing? Like, because they've made grandchildren or they've made children,
Yeah.
and so their thought process.
Well, if you watch the
I
thing,
feel like
right?
they're gonna carry that shit on. Like, you can't just eliminate it.
Yeah, what is it gets passed.
It just gets passed down, and like I've seen some shit through here, man, that makes me question. Oh fuck, it's still well and good here, like you know what I mean. As much as I love the place, I'm like, it doesn't. But that's everywhere. But I'm just saying, like,
We always say like about to all our shy boys in our team, like it just seems like there's this small bit of like it's just somewhere there around the Shire.
Well, you know what? There's,
Something. I don't want to say what it is, but there's something around.
well, let me say, all the boys that are in your team that live in Cronulla, the complexion of their skin.
We're going to be in dicey territory.
But look, well, Cronulla's, you know.
AJ, he's
Oh, sorry, yeah, very Pakistani. Very Pakistani.
I was going to say Indigenous.
Oh. Wait, is he Indigenous or Papua New Guinea?
Both Indigenous.
Does he play Indigenous All-Stars?
Yeah, I don't think he got
he
picked.
hasn't played in a while.
I don't think he got picked. Or
No, he did. He did years ago, I'm pretty sure.
He has.
Mate, fun fact about Alex Johnson: he's just written a children's book.
What?
Really?
He's written and published a children's book. He's
What are you
the most
right? My missus is
interesting.
a snitch.
Whoa, dude. Whoa, dude.
Fuck.
What's that about?
Not many
man.
people are going to get to this point in the podcast. If they make it through, they're going to love that. This is the back end. This is the juicy bit.
Fucking hell.
I look forward to knowing why that is off camera. But
Yeah.
yeah, he wrote his own children's book. He's the most interesting cat, man.
He
So
is.
smart, man.
Is he?
Love
Yeah,
it.
I heard he's fucking smart.
So smart.
His
Endeavour-
missus was
Endeavour
like my
Sport Tire.
sister's best friend. So.
Huh?
Endeavour Sport Tire.
Yeah, was that your sort?
Nah.
Oh, you want to give it a plug? 'cause
Nah,
you're
nah,
on there.
nah. Dave Howlett, I'll give him a plug.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
guy.
He's a good guy.
Great
That's
guy.
cool.
Coach of ours.
Cool teacher, yeah.
Old coach of ours. I think he was Ducks there, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure as well.
Was he?
AJ,
Never.
you got high 90s in his A-time.
Did he?
Mid to high 90s, yeah.
He's proper funny on TikTok, man. Because obviously we're both wingers.
Yeah.
So when I see him posting shit about like wingers hiding out, just acting like we don't see it, I say, fuck, we get it.
Relate a lot
No,
to it.
that's
Relate a
something
lot
we-
to
yeah.
it. It's like you like your carries though. He got me with it. He doesn't like it.
Hey, boys, as we're sort of wrapping up here, we ask everyone this question as we go on. Obviously, the podcast is called Stuck in the Middle. Stuck in the middle of this thing called life. Liam and I stuck in the middle of the field. But when have you ever sort of felt you're most stuck in a situation where you didn't think there was a way out, or
Going through a lot of hard times and.
how did you get out of that? Blayke, I'm pretty sure you won't have an answer because Campbell Graham didn't either. You guys have very sheltered lives. It's okay.
Not your fault. Well done.
I could bring up one
Oh, well,
that you were involved in.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides the
Brisbane?
Nah, just how can I put this?
not delicately at all.
Yeah.
Nah, just probably growing as a man, and I was going through some things off the footy field, relationship wise.
Yeah.
I know. I think I even came to your old place at Randwick. And,
You did.
Yeah, it was probably a tougher time I've gone through, and
Yeah.
learned a lot from that experience. And you gave me some good advice, even though
And some bad.
yeah, it's bad, but I had to
Take the good bits.
Yeah, had to,
Your opinion of like what was said. You
yeah,
take as much on
I had to
as you
filter
can.
some things out. But
Yeah. Was that, oh, okay, I remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, I tried to help as much as I could.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
all
good.
well-meaning advice. and
Yes.
Some of it might have been ill-advised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was probably a time where I was probably stuck in a situation I had no experience prior to, and I leaned on a few mates and a few boys to get me through. So that was probably a time.
What
where-
was it? What was it? If you want to share.
No, wasn't in a very good relationship when I was young. Yeah, when I was young, and I thought that was how the norm of how relationships went, and I probably stuck around for longer than I probably should have.
Yeah.
And a few of the boys got me out of there. I know Teague helped me out a lot.
Shout out Teague Wilton.
Teague Wilton, yeah, Rumor boy, country. It's probably a time where I leaned on some close mates, and probably since then, me and Toby, that's where we built that bond and that connection. Where
Always important to have good people
yeah,
around you. Eh?
yeah, I didn't know.
They care a lot.
Yeah, we didn't know each other for too long, but we opened up to some deep conversations.
We
and-
did, man.
Yeah.
Straight right before 1.2. That was what we did. We trained together, and then
Yeah.
you just laid it on me, and I
Yeah.
was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to function right now. Oh, jeez.
It was sweating before we even started.
Yeah. Sweating right now.
Standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably there you go. I'll open up for you.
Thanks for sharing, Blake.
No, I
Hey,
never asked you to do
good
that.
stuff. Good stuff.
man.
Proud of you,
Thank you,
man.
my heart.
Thank
Proud of
you.
you. Ronaldo.
Nah, I told you mine.
Told us ours. That was it, eh?
How'd you get through? What were you feeling? What was your coping
Like
mechanism?
my mum was my best. She's my best friend. Gave her a call. She just said, "Fuck, everything happens for a reason." I've always lived by that line. And then called my partner, and then had my brothers around me. And then probably just playing footy straight away. Like everyone was like, "Oh, we'll give you the week off. We'll give you however long you need off to deal with it." And I said, "Fuck, I want to be around my best mates, and I want to be playing. That's all I want to do." And that's what I done. I fucking got back on the plane, and then fucking spitting on myself. Got back on the plane, and then just flew home. And I just called, I think, Bomber at the time, and I just said, "Fuck, I'm coming straight back to training," or Hitty. So I'm coming straight back to training. I just want it to be sweet. And it was like credit to the boys. Fucking no one, like I would rather the boys mock me about it than dance around it and be like, "Oh, you're alright." Like I didn't want to come for
You
like,
want that banner, eh?
exactly. I didn't want to come and everyone's like trying to fucking pat me and say you're alright. Like I already got that right from my missus, and I'm here for work. And I always felt like I had to leave my baggage that's where I can leave my baggage is at the gate, and that's what I done. I was like, fuck, got stuck into it, and then played that game. So I was happy to do that, and that's what got me through it.
Yeah, on that, your mum's a pretty staunch individual.
She's crazy.
She's crazy.
I would have said staunch and crazy are fucking two things.
Yeah, is it true that she sort of got you out of your management agreement, didn't she? It was
she didn't.
She full did, eh? Yeah. I forgot about this. Yeah.
I told her I wanted out, and she's like, "Oh, are you sure?" I said,
because you tried originally.
I tried, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then she just said, "Fuck it, give me." She calls up my manager and she says, "It's done. I don't give a fuck what you say." And then just went and did it. Obviously the proper way. Got that all sorted, but she's fucking psycho, man. My mum, she doesn't give a fuck. If she had the chance, she'd come on the field at a footy game and fucking grab me by my ear and take me off. She's like that. She doesn't give a fuck, man. She's
Little cattle dog from home.
She'll cattle dog me. She doesn't give a like. If I carry on in a game and I step the line, she'll call me straight after the game. She's like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, if she really wanted to, she'll come and she'll like, "Fucking get off the field and sort yourself out." So.
Oh, man.
Oh, so grouse. I thought it was a good story. I'm just seeing if you have any fans.
Just section away.
I'm just saying. Oh, she's hot. Yeah, that is. Anyway. Oh, sorry, you guys' relationships. What was I about to say? I'm checking the... Steve Talakai got team of the week, Blayke in the bar. Nice. So did Blake Brailey, and you have a beard in this photo.
He always does it on the hookers, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, does he?
Not bad.
Look hot.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Do
think...
you know this is going to happen? Is this like part of the podcast?
Nah,
Yeah.
this is just... We're just freestyling right now. So I put up a story before we got here. Some fans wanted to ask you guys some questions. We had some people writing in. All right. Well, this is a good question, actually. What makes the Sharks have such a superior club culture compared to the rest of the NRL? Ollie White. That's a pretty good question. What do you guys reckon it is? I don't know if it's superior to everyone else in the game. I think we do have a good culture. I think it's really good. I think it's... I'll answer my own question. I'll start with me. I think it came from when we were younger, when I was younger, this is my experience, and there wasn't like a lot of team activities going on and stuff. And I remember having this conversation with Teague Wilton going, when it's our time, when we're the ones in the driver's seat, I want to actually get some stuff going. And that was why in pre-season we had some dinners and a couple of draws that were a lot of fun. And all those things. A couple of draws. I'll tell you later. But also Fitzy obviously helps massively with that. Yeah. Fitzy's a legend, man. Love that guy so much. What do you guys reckon? Do you have anything to add to that? I'll probably start your answer.
Yeah, I think it's probably what you said, coming back to what we went through when we wanted to sort of build an environment where it's fun to come to training, and no matter what you do, there's you turn up and you're getting naked, or you bring in Louis and he's running around the field. It's just like it's chaos, but it's organised chaos in some way, and I think it makes training a lot more enjoyable and makes you want to turn up. And I think it's a pretty good culture we've formed, and I feel like we're got a group now where we all started young and we're coming through together.
Yeah, 100.
Most of us already know we've been together for 4 or 5 years already now, and we know what we want to do and what we want to become. And I think it's pretty easy to build a culture around that.
Nice.
We had successes, like obviously through Cup all together. So
Liam was at MA Monday.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah. So I reckon that's we
had
obviously
some deep chats from day one.
Yeah. You would have making heaps of sense that day as well.
That was a good day.
Oh, that story.
It was a good day until someone's missus come.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. Did I say that? So the security guard came in.
Yeah. All right, I think it's time to go home now, lads. I think everyone can get from that accent who we're talking about.
Don't think so.
This is a Would You Rather that we've got sent in from Kaylee TRX. Would you rather only be able to eat hot food cold and cold food hot, or only ever be able to use public bathrooms?
Did you say that?
Public
Yeah, I
bathrooms.
didn't. What?
That's a good
what
one.
did you just
No.
say?
So would you only like to eat cold food hot, pizza, pasta, or
right.
or hot food cold, vice versa? So like, say cold food, like what's a...
I think you swapped them around.
I did swap them
there.
around, sorry, I
Ice
did.
cream
But you get what I'm
hot,
saying?
like-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's say you want to eat a salad and it's just piping hot.
Or only
or-
use.
Or only use public restrooms.
That would be an inconvenience that always... Like,
Nah,
leave,
'cause
leave your
grossness.
house. You leave,
Oh,
you'll leave your house and you
yeah.
only can use a public...
But do you
You
want to
change
eat...
where you live.
Yeah.
You want to live near one.
Yeah, if you live near one, it'll be all right. Yeah, but do you want to eat
Or
like...
public.
Let's say you get out of the hot day and you drink some water and it's boiling because it has to be hot.
I used to have a phobia of public bathrooms.
Yeah.
You would have
I don't
that.
like school bathrooms. You know what
I
I mean?
hate them, man.
Yeah.
They're dirty, eh?
They're
Yeah.
dirty.
So
I
you
don't
going
like
food? You going food?
I'm going food.
I've gone hot food cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't mind
Can eat
second
pizza
day
cold.
pizza.
Pizza's
Yeah,
good.
it's all right.
Here's a question.
Chinese.
Are you taking a shit in a nightclub toilet?
Oh, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Wherever I'm going, with,
No chance.
yeah, with like the jeans on the ankle so it's not
Oh,
touching.
fuck
Like,
that.
or standing up.
I'm going home. Like I swear to God, I'm catching an Uber home. I'm not fucking,
Why?
I'll come back out.
What's the fear?
I just.
They're
What do you think?
gross.
The toilet,
No,
mate.
man.
They're
You're
gross.
sitting on it. Well, you're not eating off your ass.
Oh, that's not the point. I just I'm
you
going
can have
home.
a shower later. that 3 minutes sitting down, you're going to catch something?
I'm going home.
You might.
It's a good excuse for someone that's got caught playing up. Oh, I got caught. I got committee in the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Must have been that public toilet in the club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever sit down and pee?
Do it all
What
the
do you mean?
time.
Do you stand up?
Oh wow. Dan, what are we doing for time? How long are we going?
An hour and 10.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right. I think anyone got anything else to say?
Thank you, boys, for having
Might
us.
wrap it up there, right? If anyone wants to keep shooting some questions, not just would you rather's,
Anything at
topics in society, what's going on in the world.
We'll open it up.
And any questions about us, about what's happening out there, you want us to touch on, we can give our little swing of things. We're happily to give our opinion.
Yeah, and please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, guys, ask us anything at all. We'll do our best to answer it in the podcast as long as it's a good question. If it's a shit question, probably won't answer it. So just try and do better, guys. Love ya.
Yeah, be better. Love you so much. See you later.
See you, fam.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.